How are you, sir?
Your picture is funny. Hello.
Yeah. Hey, you're a little low. I bet Windows messed your mic up. So,
you sound really hot.
I sound hot?
No, I do.
Oh. My wife says I always sound hot. Why is this not muted? How come you can hear me when the mute symbol's on? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay,
Hello.
I don't know.
Hi, buddy. What's up?
Wait, do I even have the right microphone? No, I do. Hey, hey, Deke, you ever heard the phrase "the beatings will continue until morale improves"?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's exactly what today's title image is about. Can I please jump into this?
Absolutely. Show the image again.
Sure. Here you go. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Here we go. Disney's Pixar cuts trans storyline from upcoming series, says parents would rather discuss this issue on their own terms. AKA, please stop canceling Disney Plus. It was only a few years ago that Disney's executives fought back against the parental rights and education bill in Florida, along with the Biden administration. That they kept saying "Don't say gay" bill, never what it was. Producers said that they were, and you remember that woman that said she had her not so secret gay agenda. You remember that?
Yep.
That lady?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I have not so secret gay. I'm so proud of our not so secret gay agenda. Well, seems like Disney's I don't know. It seems like an adjustment of posture if you take my meaning.
Yeah.
After years of parent complaints about the sexualized identitarian themed content, Disney has started to take the hint. The mega studio has decided to cut a trans storyline from Pixar's Win or Lose series, saying that maybe parents would prefer to discuss these matters on their own terms, or maybe not pretend it's real at all. Hey, Dave, good morning.
It's the voice
my
of my
video's off.
conscience.
My voice is off, or video's off.
You?
It's me.
If it's your conscience, just turn up the buzz sound in your head. Just
is this the ghost of Christmas yet to come? Oh no. What's up, buddy?
Yeah. Win or Lose is a long form series from Pixar. The first animation studio has made. It was meant to showcase a trans storyline, but since been quashed. The plot is about a school's co-ed softball team that is slated to play in the championships. Honestly, the fact that this pitch even got like the greenlit at all is like you guys are not taking the temperature of the room at all. At all. We got Riley Gaines. We got Olympic men beating the garbage out of women. We got like all kinds of sports. This is an issue that like no parent, no dad wants his daughter getting beat up by a boy.
So this is a really good JJ. You are the king. I swear. And 30 years of radio, I've never found another person that is the king of unwanted, or not unwanted, but unplanned, unscripted segues. You are the flipping king. Make me the moderator, because I watched this yesterday. I put it in our show notes. It's vicious. And then this morning, I watched Senator Josh Raleigh just go to town on the NCAA president, Charlie Baker. Charlie Baker was
Kennedy's amazing.
Yeah,
let's go.
And he lets him, and I love this guy because he's a good old country boy, and he uses those country terminology that I just love. And
every single time he will lull you. You'll be like, these uppity smart people will be in Congress and he'll be talking nice to him, being awful polite. And every single time they're like, well, this guy's being nice. And then he just drops the hammer and they're like, oh my God, all of a sudden I look like a retard.
And that's exactly what he does.
The NCAA exists in part to promote fair competition in collegiate sports, does it not? Could you speak in the mic for me?
Yes.
Okay. A transgender woman is a biological male. Is that correct?
Yes.
And a biological male is always going to have a physical and a physiological advantage competing in a collegiate sport against a biological female. Isn't that true?
There's not a lot of research on it, but it's certainly debatable.
There's not a lot of
You think it's
research on it.
debatable?
I think
He said there's not a lot of research on whether men will defeat women in physical sports.
Hold on,
99%.
carry
of
on,
the
but
time.
we're gonna circle back to that in just a second.
Okay, all right.
it's debatable.
Wait, you don't
I
think
mean, with
don't
no,
think that a biological male has an advantage every time competing against a biological female? Is that your testimony?
no, I think defined the way you defined it, yes, I would agree with you.
So you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. So why does the NCAA, why do you, your job is to promote fairness in collegiate sports.
Yep.
Why do you support allowing transgender women who are biological males to compete against non-transgender biological females?
Over the course of the past 2 years, 5 federal court cases involving this question. Let me finish. 5 federal judges have all
Sir,
sided
that was a mistake.
with
You shouldn't have said that to
participation as
Kennedy.
the standard. This is a very,
So you're saying you don't have a choice?
I'm saying that under the current dynamic, there is not clarity on this issue legally.
Well, why don't you exhibit leadership and demonstrate leadership and provide clarity? If you agree with me
Well, first of all,
that the
I can't-
purpose of the NCAA is to promote fair competition, and if you agree with me that in every single instance, a biological male is going to have an unfair advantage over a biological female, then why don't you just say, look, in America, you can be whomever you want to be. But in terms of fair competition in a collegiate sport, transgender women who are biological males are not going to be allowed to compete against
He's
transgender
almost done.
women who are
Listen
biological
to this.
female. Boom, done. Why don't you go to Amazon and buy a spine online and take a stand?
Boom. Boom.
I love Kennedy. He's amazing. I wish that he was my rep, my senator. I'm glad that he's up there for Louisiana.
Will say, I don't think every instance. For instance, I would not enter a fighting competition if Gina Carano was in there. She is a
I
female.
mean,
She would destroy. So
sure.
every instance, you got to be careful with that kind of language. She's going to get you in trouble.
Yeah,
You
but
can't say
look,
that, I
you're
think
taking a-
long-term swimming.
look,
You're
I'm
taking
gonna-
a generalization.
Right. you
Gina
can't-
the
Carano is an
average
elite
male-
athlete.
And the
Yes.
average male athlete
Averages.
and the average female athlete, there's going to be certain sports that the female is going to dominate because of her physiology. And that's why males will dominate mainly most of the time because of their physiology. And
Men
that's
have-
what he's
Higher bone density.
Yes.
They're larger. They have larger joints. They have larger bones. They have more fast twitch muscles. They have like males in a physical competition have every advantage every time. And
You- and you
they
can-
do.
you can
And the
even
result is that
go-
is way more than 50-50 men win. It's like 90-10.
I don't want to get into it, but you can see where I'm going with this. But you could even differentiate the different races and say, well, this race has a more physiological advantage in certain instances than this race does. It's a fact. It's a fact.
It is.
I'll let you say that, but I'm not going to agree to that. I honestly think race is just like not real. I think it's imaginary. But gender is clearly real. I think race is just an arbitrary classification by, in most cases.
So Dugood says higher bone density does nothing for you. I'm going to disagree. Higher bone density
Get hit with some bones.
Also, you're chugging around more weight constantly.
Yeah. So absolutely.
But I do think women, I could be wrong on this, but I think women, the one sport that women consistently excel over men in is distance swimming. I could be mistaken on that, but I think
I don't know.
Women excel.
I'm not sure.
Over men on distance swimming. I've heard that before.
Early in his little speech, that NCAA guy was like, "Well, there's not any research on that." On the other hand, you can go to
there's research.
You can go to government statistics and look up domestic violence cases, and you'll see that just in the last year, I think, there's a lot of evidence that women are literally manhandled.
We had a woman here in town, not in my town, but the next town over, she shot her husband because
there was just something that I watched. Did I put it in the news drops? There was just something that I watched yesterday, and it was a wrestling match between a transgender and a real woman, and they started it, and the transgender guy just picked her up, body slammed her to the ground, and it was done. She was done.
Sorry.
It was done. It was like 4 seconds.
Listen, let's circle back to Dugood here for a second. Dugood's in Germany, and those German women are stout. We'll give you that. So, I can understand we may have a different perspective on things. Meanwhile, here in the United States of America, Deke, you're going to love this one. You're going to love it, sir. Okay. San Francisco has hired a fat activist to give guidance on weight stigma. This woman's taking on a new role. And I ain't talking about her chin.
Look, I have no problem with people celebrating who they are, because that's what we should do. If we were all the same, what a crappy world we would be living in. And there are some people that are bigger than other people. No matter how much weight they lose, they're always going to be bigger than other people. The only problem I have with these people is that they promote an these people that promote that celebrate it and then say it's okay. Go eat your box of ding dongs and Twinkies today. It's okay. You can no,
it's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay. Yeah, lady, you have been poisoned your whole life. You couldn't defeat it. And now you're telling everybody else to it's okay, eat the poison. No,
you're beautiful. First of all, you're beautiful. Absolutely. Everyone is created. Everyone is absolutely beautiful. But you've got to, you can't eat your box of Twinkies every day and drink 4 2-liter Cokes and just 4 2-liter Diet Cokes. The Diet Cokes are worse than the regular Cokes.
Let's see. Here we got Virgie Tovar reported to the news and her 82,000 followers on Instagram. She has 82,000 followers on Instagram, Deacon. She's doing something right, and I clearly am not doing anything right. Because
unless they're all bots.
Are you on Instagram?
Well, and no. But
do you pay somebody to
okay, no
your followers? All right.
Okay.
There are
I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this organically and authentically. And organically and authentically, I have little to zero influence.
You need AI fructose syrup.
I've been doing my little lives on Facebook in the morning and stuff.
I know
so
that.
I have had like 5 people message me and tell me that I need to go to TikTok. And I'm always like, look, you have to have 1,000 followers on TikTok before you can go live. And they're like, buy them. I looked it up. Google it. It's right there. And I'm like, I'm not buying followers.
Right. Guys, we have integrity around here. Ladies and gentlemen.
We do. Dave does.
We have integrity and very little to almost no dollars. No, there's no production budget on this year's show.
It's not me. I don't know who he's talking about.
Yeah. So
I appreciate all 3 of our fans today. You're all amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. All three
She
of us
wrote
have
this
one
post. I'm
on
going to
Rumble.
read this and we'll get off of it. I'm working with a team in the San Francisco Department of Public Health as a consultant on weight and stigma weight neutrality. I'm unbelievably proud to serve the city I called home for almost 20 years this way. This consultancy is an absolute dream come true. I bet it is. I bet it is just an absolute dream for you to just get tons and tons of cash to tell people that it's okay that they're fat.
It is.
And
but
it's
you
my
need to-
biggest hope and belief that weight neutrality would be a future of public health. Weight neutrality. Come on. This is wrong. This is wrong. Sorry. And you know what, San Francisco, you people know it. Except you also walk around human poop all day. So
Do you think
All right.
walking around in feces all the time could give you some sort of parasite in your brain that would affect the way of thinking and stuff like that? Because there is that one for cat pee. What's the one for cat urine?
Oh, that's true. It's like a parasite, isn't it? A
Yeah,
parasite.
it's
Cat
bad for
cat ladies get that thing. Oh
Yeah.
God, we're gonna look that
Yeah.
up right now. What is
Yeah.
the cat lady parasite? Toxoplasma gondii.
Toxoplasmosis. Yeah.
Toxoplasma gondii. It makes crazy cat ladies crazy. They have.
It really
they
does
have-
affect a lot of stuff in the brain. And they say you can get it. That's why they tell pregnant women, if they've got cats, for pregnant women not to clean the cat box. When Stephanie was pregnant with Deacon, I cleaned the cat box all the time because of that.
Oh, we're not getting a cat. That's not happening. We're not getting a cat.
We have a cat.
There's not one of these for bunnies, right? We were very close to getting a bunny.
You're still gonna get money. You
No,
just don't
I'm
know
not.
yet.
I refuse it.
You just don't know
All
it
right.
yet. I've got one for you
Okay.
here. Do you guys know this guy named Luigi Mangione?
Oh
Have you heard
yeah.
that name?
Don't know him.
Yes, you know.
Don't know him.
You can ask RFK about brain worms. Do good said. He would have known.
Let's give a
about
point.
Dr. Pepper.
That's 1 point for Do Good.
Do
Can you
Good
put a
gets
point for Do Good on the
about-
board, please?
Yeah, he gets.
Thank
that
you.
point. All right. So you know Luigi Mangione. Do you also know this man named Eric Adams, JJ?
Oh, yeah,
I know
that's
Dave
mayor.
knows him.
That's
All
that's the mayor of New York City.
Eric here has been stunning liberals, so to speak.
He's slapping them in the face with true things. That's what he's
Yeah.
been doing.
He
He's kinda-
declared that the CEO shooter was clearly radicalized by leftists to hate America. We've got. I got to listen to what he says.
Think
Now, that's not
about the
term he
shooter.
uses.
Ivy League, grew up in an affluent household. His manifesto clearly is showing some signs of hating. Our children are being radicalized. I said this over and over again. And everybody's like, what are you talking about, Eric? And, our children are being radicalized to hate the America, to hate the country that put them where they are. This person had all that one wants to have, but he hated everything to the point of shooting someone. And we better deal with the radicalization of our young people. And, people could, they could complain that I'm saying it, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing our bench is hating the team. And we better start acknowledging and focusing on that.
You can change
so,
teams. You can be on this team.
Having dance parties,
Oh, he's trying.
He's
celebrating
waking
the death
up.
of
He's
someone,
getting in trouble too.
I don't support that.
That's what I was going to ask you guys. What do you think happened? Why do you think he has completely just jumped overboard and climbing on this
Because-
other ship so quick?
His team, Biden administration, team Democrat, invited tens of thousands, if not more, illegal immigrants into New York City, and it has strained their system and messed them up. The open Democrat, it's wrecked the city. He's taken the heat in his city.
Yeah, that's
So
what I was
he
fixing to
pushed
say.
back. He pushed back on the Biden administration, and because the Biden administration is led by an empty suit, he's pushing back against the entire deep state. And maybe he didn't realize it. Maybe he didn't realize exactly what he was pushing back against, and so they are coming for him. They tried to charge him with some crimes or something. That Team Democrat has turned on Eric Adams. Eric Adams is in a little bit survival mode, and he's probably really grateful that Donald Trump and Donald Trump won the election and pushed America right of center. That if you've seen that arrow graph where everybody everywhere, every county moved right in some degree, and only a few moved left. Had it not been for that, we would be under a Kamala Harris empty suit administration, and they would have torn him down. They would have destroyed him. Now he has a fighting chance. So yeah, I mean, I can understand why he's maybe not on Team Blue right now.
That's what I was going to say. Do you think this is a complete CYA? I've got to preserve. He's everywhere he walks. He's getting screamed at, yell at. So he's trying to
I don't know. I mean, I think maybe New Yorkers are like, I mean, look, it's totally reasonable, in my opinion, for people in New York City, if they're backing, maybe they're like, hey, this illegal immigration stuff is not good. They're like, all of these immigrants, they're getting thousands of dollars of cash for housing and food, and and they're staying in hotels and stuff, and we're not. So I can understand why the normal people of New York City would be pretty upset about it. And with Eric Adams saying, "Hey, this stuff's wrong," he's getting on their good side, and then it's them against the larger Democratic establishment. This totally makes sense to me.
There was a guy on some social media thing the other day. He's a bone cancer survivor, and he talked about how he had been a Democrat his whole life. And back in 2008, maybe, whenever Obamacare was passed, or right before Obamacare was passed, he was really on board with it. And then he lost his insurance and lost everything. He went from like $1,500 a month to $6,000 a month because he got dropped from insurance and he had no insurance for a long period of time. And he just talked about how now it's he's still screwed on insurance, and we're going to give individuals that should not, individuals that are illegal, we're just going to give them insurance, free health care. And when you have Americans who are abiding by the system and they're getting hosed for it, and that was his whole argument. It's why he's no longer a Democrat anymore.
Eric Adams has been charged with I think 5 counts. Let me see. Back in September, we had this. He's charged with charges related to bribery, wire fraud, conspiracy, soliciting campaign contributions from foreign nationals. It was in a 57-page indictment that was released back in September. He's pled not guilty, and he's going to trial in April. So now, by then, Team Trump takes over, and maybe they're like, dismiss
the
this.
receipts.
So
if he gives receipts and shows where this is not, it wasn't him doing it, it was someone else doing it, or if he can make an argument for something else, then it's going to get really, really interesting.
I mean, like, I don't know. And I don't know the details of the case. All I know is that it makes sense that that he would be endearing himself to the national right of center, the common sense Americans. It just makes sense. Okay, what else do we have, Deacon?
Hang on, clip. I'm trying to. I've got a couple more stories here. Look at this one. This is
phone's off the hook. Whose phone's off the hook?
There you go.
We're not taking calls, folks.
How did you hear that?
We heard it. We're on the radio right now, aren't we?
No.
Live.
I know what that is. That's my old
corner of my bedroom.
You're not supposed to hear that, but that's like feet over. I know where that's coming from. Okay, so supposedly, I'm just going to let you. I'm not even going to tell you what this is. I'm just going to let you watch what this is.
All right, surprise us.
So it looks like they're escorting somebody in there in handcuffs.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
and they're taking. It looks like they're doing something with the handcuffs. Looks like they're maybe taking them off. They did. They took the handcuffs off. Dude's like,
bend over.
Dude, what did he just do there?
Fist bump.
He just
Fist bump.
fist bumped the dude that was arresting him, that had him in handcuffs. So, Capitol Police cuff an FBI informant, confidential human source, then bring him to a side room. Then they happily uncuffed him and fist bumped him, is what that video is supposed to be.
Mm.
I'm not saying it is
I mean,
because
we don't
AI
have a
is
date on that or
crazy these
anything.
days.
Yeah, and we don't have a date or anything on that, do we?
There's
I
no
can't see.
date or nothing on that that I see anywhere. It could be completely fake.
Listen, the FBI has said there were no FBI agents available that day on the ground. No FBI agents. So I don't know.
No. The wording was employees.
No FBI agents.
I think it
Agents.
was employees. Let me give you another couple of stories here. One that we have kind of, I keep hearing weird stuff back here. One that we've
I got
kind of
a big- So yeah,
we've kind of talked about a couple of times. Diddy's legal troubles escalate. 3 more lawsuits have surfaced with some pretty serious allegations.
man, he's going down the
Mm.
hole.
Mm.
Oh man. Wow. That's my kind of joke right there. I appreciate that.
What are
Lawsuit,
we talking about?
lawsuit number 1. A man claims he went to a party at Diddy's home in the Hamptons in 2020. He said he was given a drink and began to fade in and out. Just after one drink, Diddy and his associates did some bad stuff to him. Lawsuit number 2. A man says he met Diddy in 2019 at a nightclub. He was invited back to Diddy's hotel where Diddy gave him a drink. The man says the drink made him sick. Diddy told him to lie down and said to the others he's ready to party. And when he woke up, he said he was lying naked on his stomach. The next morning, one of Diddy's associates gave him $2,500 cash on behalf of Diddy. Lawsuit number 3. A man who worked for Diddy says that in 2020, he went to Diddy's hotel room for a meeting. He made him a drink, which made him very tired. If Bill Cosby or Puff Daddy ever tries to give you a drink, do not accept it.
Dude, it's going to become a slang term. Be diddied.
Listen,
And they
we
all
can't
wake
rush
up
to
and they say,
judgment. We
"Diddy?"
don't know exactly what happened.
They all wake up and they ask Diddy. Diddy?
Why don't you look into that, JJ? Why don't you
No,
look
no,
into-
I'm good. I'm good.
Let's see.
I don't go to parties.
I've got a story here on the White House is caught in a drone gate cover up where have you seen where Trump, did we play that yesterday where Trump's like, hey, the government knows, and I don't know why they're not telling you. The government
We didn't
knows.
play
And I
that,
don't know
but
why.
that was a clip. It's clearly the government's like, oh, we don't know. Baloney. That's not true. Now they are saying that it's like private aircraft, private drones, some law enforcement stuff, some excusable things. It just doesn't ring true whenever John Kirby says it, though. Do you have John Kirby? Do you have that Kirby clip? He's the dweeby looking dude at the White House. I don't know if you have any clips of him making any statements, but
no,
I don't know what you have. Okay.
Dave's
Yeah.
got a
Here,
magic
I'm
trick.
grabbing something.
Oh, okay. The other story that I had here, and international governments are criminalizing. We've been talking about this, but it's really scary. International governments are criminalizing free speech throughout through global coordination. New files show, according to Green Med Info. And this is a big 9-minute long interview clip here that talks about this. But I mean, we've seen that happen overseas. I don't know how it is in Germany right now, but would do good? Would you get in trouble if you posted a meme that the government didn't like? I mean, that's
Yeah.
don't
How
know.
was it in
He's
Germany?
trouble right now for watching this.
do what?
Well,
Yeah,
I
or
can't answer
would you
because
get
he's
in
in trouble
trouble
for
for
watching
watching?
Germany's not as bad as the rest of Europe, I don't think. I think the rest of Europe is, especially the UK. The UK is bonkers right now. If you post something on the internet in the UK,
Yes.
I haven't
Jail.
talked to my friend Saracen in a couple of years, and I need to send him a message just to check on him, see how he's doing. But it'd be nice to talk to him again. He lived in Coventry in the UK, and we share the same name. And here's another big one that we didn't talk about. This one was crazy. and I don't know what the repercussions of this one's going to be, but I think there needs to be one. After almost 2 decades, Duke lacrosse accuser finally admits that
Oh,
she
wow.
destroyed their lives with a
I saw
lie.
this. I saw this.
Crystal
There's
Magnum.
there's a video clip here. I think you have.
Of it, yeah. Here
Yeah.
she
He's
is.
Yeah.
about to get sued
Oh man,
ridiculously.
And I testified falsely against them by saying that they raped me when they didn't. And that was wrong. And I betrayed the trust of a lot of other people who believed in me. And made up a story that wasn't true because I wanted validation from people and not from God. And that was wrong. And I hope that they can forgive me.
do you think this is a real woman that has? It's 20 years. To me, it says that something has happened in her life and it's come back. And
There was one individual from Duke that stood up for the
one
team.
guy, yeah, one.
Yeah. You know who he is, right?
He's like a senator or something now, isn't he?
He's about to be the he's got a big position coming up with Trump. He was just nominated for and I don't know if they're connected or not.
But he
And
was
they're
the
using-
one. He was like the one player or the one guy.
I don't think he was a player. I don't think he
He
was on the team.
stood up and was like,
think he
I
was
can
just a
remember
Duke.
when this Duke lacrosse crap happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
a big. It was a big deal.
I don't think that guy was a lacrosse player though that stood up for the lacrosse team. I think he might have been a roommate of one of them.
Yeah, and now he's fixing to be appointed to something for Trump. He's a senator or something now. The one
Yeah.
dude. I can't remember his
Yeah.
name either. I saw that.
Right.
Somewhere.
I'm blanking on that.
So I mean,
I'm impressed that she posted a video where she was confessed. However, part of my mind is like, is there a is that part of a settlement of some kind that she settled with these people and now part of it she has to admit the truth, or is she about to be sued into oblivion? But I mean, it's good. It's nice to see someone confess, right? You're like, oh, I have a little bit of faith in humanity, but I'm so dubious and skeptical because like it puts you in danger of being sued. So it makes no rational sense to do that unless
Right.
you already have a deal. In which case, it's not a confession out of your heart, it's a confession out of a deal, right?
but if it is a confession out of her heart, and then it's something, then her life is, how this wheel spins up, down,
Yeah.
up, down, up, down, and she's had so much. And as we get older, we realize, we grow wiser, and maybe
we-
she is. It's
As we get older, we get wiser.
most people are
I'm s-
supposed to.
Cassie, Deke said I'm
Stephen
wiser.
Miller,
Oh my lord!
Deputy Chief of Staff. Big deal. Stephen
Yeah.
Miller. That was his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah,
Stephen
that's
Miller.
a big. Oh,
So
Stephen
Dude
Miller's
says-
a big deal. Big.
Yeah.
Dude.
Do Good says depends on the meme. Obviously, if it involves, let's say, death threats, you might get into trouble. Yeah, well, we over here get in trouble for that if you're not a celebrity. If you're a celebrity, it's completely okay. But he says if it's the chancellor in a clown costume, probably not. You think you could get Grok to make a picture of the German chancellor in a clown costume?
I can ask it to, but it won't look anything like the German chancellor because that guy looks like. So it'll just be some random German, and that'll be like, here it is,
And you know what it's
then
going to
you'll
look like if it's a
that's
random
the
German.
You know what? Hold on. No,
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 don't
no,
do
no,
that. Don't
No,
do
you know exactly
No.
what it's going to do. Do
Yes,
not do
no,
that.
Don't do that.
Oh,
I
let's
don't
see.
have any more stories today.
Dude, I got one, but we can't share it on air.
I'm looking here. I put one in the news drops yesterday. Oh, it was just this. Yeah, I'm not talking about that. Brian put one in yesterday that I read. The National Archivist rejects bid to certify the Equal Rights Amendment, With President Biden under pressure to add an amendment explicitly guaranteeing sex equality to the Constitution, Colleen Shogan said that she could not legally certify it. The National Archivist on Tuesday preemptively stated she could not legally certify the Equal Rights Amendment as part of the Constitution, an unusual move that effectively shut down a campaign by Democrats to pressure President Biden to add it before he leaves office. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, Democrat of New York, has been leading a charge to press Mr. Biden to rescue his own legacy and the ERA, which would explicitly guarantee sex equality. She's argued that he could do so by merely picking up the phone and instructing the archivist, who is responsible for the certification and publication of the constitutional amendments, to do so, a step that would almost certainly invite a legal challenge. But on Tuesday,
because it violates the Constitution to just say that something's in the Constitution.
But on Tuesday, the archivist, Colleen Shogan, and her deputy, William J. Bonasco, issued a statement saying that the Equal Rights Amendment cannot be certified as part of the Constitution due to established legal, judicial, and procedural decisions.
Yeah, it's just a statute. It's just you can't do that.
Yeah. And then I think I've got to turn off my ad blocker to read the rest of it, so I'm not doing it.
Hey, speaking of federal government, I know that you guys have been like real worried about any sort of impending government shutdown because,
Yeah,
that's always a thing.
Again?
And it's the end of the year, and we're like, real worried about that. But don't you worry. Congressional leaders last night dropped the text of the latest spending bill, and it includes money for disaster aid, and it'll keep the federal government funded all the way through March.
Good, yay! Because that's what I worry about every time.
through March.
Yeah. Let me pull the continuing resolution up here. It's going to include renew expiring healthcare programs. It's going to have a 1 year extension on the farm bill. It's going to have $100 billion for disaster aid, which would mostly go to Hurricane Helene and Milton, they say, and some places devastated by wildfires. That's all what they say is in there. And the word Ukraine is not in the bill at all. So
No, it's probably a code word.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what, when you said that, I was like, is any other countries adjacent to Ukraine listed in that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any anagrams of Ukraine?
Yeah, any anagrams?
All right. I think. Hey, did we get that tour scheduled? Yeah, she's got her headphones in. So we did not. The tour for the. Did you get? Are we going to go do that tour this morning? No. Yeah, we're not talking about that. Okay. That's all the stories we have.
All the ones I got, yo.
I need to add
Let's
something
see.
tomorrow. I do have a meeting, so people are going to show up in a few minutes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got folks coming in too.
It's Wednesday, third Wednesday of the month.
All right.
Oh, not important, but I won Jeopardy again last night, so I'm on to the very final round.
Nice, nerd.
I am winning point-wise, but they don't, or money-wise, but they don't count that as the winning. They count the number of correct answers. And I got to say, man, you answer 2 questions in single Jeopardy or regular Jeopardy, and I answer 1 question in double Jeopardy, and that's worth more. I win, right? That's how Jeopardy works. That's not how they're doing it. But I beat the guy that took my wife out, so I was excited. I vindicated her last night.
I beat the guy that took my wife out. Let's get that clipped, please. Can we get that?
Dave found the one-armed man last night. Finally.
When we go off air, I'll add to that.
We mentioned yesterday that AOC, I think we mentioned yesterday, was trying to vie for a top oversight committee. Maybe it was a couple days ago. We didn't run the story. Democrats have rejected AOC getting a seat on the oversight committee. Rep Jerry Connolly defeated AOC to become the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee. Multiple reports indicated on Tuesday. So, it's just not been a winner year for her. from the
Hey, today
in the election to the looking fat right afterwards. being
today
accused of
is
president.
today. Before we end the show, I want to let y'all know a couple of things. Today is National Twin Day. Do you guys have any
Aw.
twins in your family?
No.
Don't we all look alike?
Hey,
No?
JJ shaved his head, baby. And today
This guy.
is Dave will like
What?
this one, but JJ and I had this
comment,
conversation the
Dave.
other day. Today is Answer the Telephone Like Buddy the Elf Day. So when you answer the phone, you're supposed to say, I'm going to say, Andy the Elf, what's your favorite color? So today
You
is
do that.
answer the telephone like Buddy the Elf Day today. JJ hasn't seen the movie Elf. It's on his
What?
list though.
Dude, it is actually really good.
It's a really good movie.
I think we watched it, some of it a couple of years ago.
Oh, it is
Is
so
it
fun.
really Answer the Phone like
whimsical.
Buddy the Elf Day?
That's
It
what
is.
today is. Simply answer your phone and say, blank the elf, what's your favorite color? As you answer and smile and spread some joy. It's nearly impossible not to. Encourage others to do the same. If you call someone, don't be surprised by the elf-like voice.
What am I
It's
supposed to
actual
say?
National Roast Suckling Pig Day if you really want to celebrate.
Yeah, today's National Roast Suckling Pig Day today.
I am
as
not
well.
doing that, sir. I am not doing that. No. Not
My-
suckling.
We didn't say,
anything.
never mind.
Before
Jeez.
caller ID, we had the telephone on the wall. My dad would answer the phone, not having a clue who it was. I distinctly remember this many times. He would answer the phone and go, "Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name?" He could have been the president of the United
I've
States.
done that.
And he would. I've always he done that as a kid. So when I saw
When I
this
was a
today, I
kid,
was like, "This is
we had a voicemail tape machine. It was a voicemail machine. Kids, when we used to have phones on the wall, and when you weren't there, you could get real advanced. You could get a tape recorder to record messages. when you
magnetic
weren't
tape
there.
that electronically."
Yeah. And my brother and I, at the time, what is that movie?
I need to start.
What is that cheerleader movie? Oh, geez. Bring It On. Yeah, Bring It On. And my brother and I turned on the recorder to record the outgoing message, and we performed. we performed the Bring It On cheer. And so anytime anybody would call our house, would
Couple of questions here. Just a couple of questions. One, does that
Don't know
still
this movie.
exist? And two, who do I need to contact to get that?
Sorry.
And do they
It's
take
gone,
Venmo?
gone. However,
Take
you can
five.
routinely anytime anybody around me says that it's cold, it's brr, it's cold in here. There must be some toros in the atmosphere.
I didn't watch Bring It On. I don't know if I've ever seen that movie all the way
You
through.
liar. You are a
You've
liar.
never
You
seen
haven't seen Elf?
I've never seen it.
I don't think
don't
I've ever
believe
seen
you.
Bring It On either.
Either of you. I don't believe either of you. All right.
I've seen
That's
Rambo
all-
though, and Cobra.
All right. You like to look at what you like to look at, and that's fine.
Yeah, what you talking about?
All right.
Well,
Well, let's do some jokes and get on out of here.
How much does Santa pay for parking?
It's on the roof.
Nothing. It's on the house.
Or
I think
on the
I
house.
did
Dang
that.
it. That's where I was going with that one.
I think I did that joke last week.
Yeah, you might.
Why
have a
does
recycling now.
Scrooge love reindeer?
No, why does he love reindeer?
Because every buck is dear to him.
No. Hey, what goes? Oh. What goes? Oh.
What?
That's Santa
Santa's
walking
backup
backwards.
plan?
Santa walking backwards. Yeah, that's How did Rudolph do on his report card?
I don't know.
He went up in math, but down in history.
Okay.
My new favorite one is the one that I told the other day. I told it on the air too. Is I reworded it differently on the air, but Rudolph and Dave, did you know there's only 2 reindeer? There's
Oh, I
only
didn't.
2. Rudolph and Olive, the other reindeer. Olive, the other reindeer.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
I love that one.
All right.
What do you
Thanks
call
for
an
hanging?
elf
Oh,
on?
one more.
Oh, I was going to throw one more in there. What
Yeah,
do you
one
call
more,
an
one
elf
more.
on the shelf? An elf on the shelf that just won the lottery.
I don't know.
Wealthy.
Oh, jeez.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Ask Nate for a comment, he said no. Watch now, the Internet Dad Show. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
Ow! I can't do it. I can't do it. Mickey.
Right.
Ow!